My beloved soul, have you ever sensed an unseen activity around you, a movement in the heavens that concerns you, but which your eyes cannot capture? You have walked your days faithfully, amid an apparent calm, where things seem to take their normal, perhaps even monotonous course. You seek me, you pray, you maintain your faith, but a part of you yearns for a sign, for evidence that I am, in fact, working on your behalf. You look at your life and perhaps see a pale reflection of the dreams you once had, and you wonder if this is the final chapter. What if I told you that what you perceive as silence is, in truth, the sound of frantic construction behind the scenes of your destiny? What if your apparent normalcy is only the quiet of the stage before the curtain rises for the most spectacular act of your life? What I am about to show you next could transform your life. Because I came today to tell you a secret guarded in the vault of my heart, waiting for the exact moment to be shown. I am preparing something in secret for you, something so grand, so detailed, and so perfectly tailored to the deepest desires of your heart, that if I showed you now, your mind might not be able to contain the magnitude of my goodness. You have not been forgotten. You are not paused. You are, in fact, at the center of my most focused and dedicated attention. What is coming is not a small blessing. It is a divine table-turning, a complete rewrite of your future that will transform your story into a resounding testimony of my power and my love. Before continuing the message, write this statement of faith in the comments: I trust completely in you, Lord. By doing this, you are sending a signal back to heaven, a declaration that, even without seeing, you believe in my secret work. It is your act of faith that gives me even more joy in preparing your surprise. Now, continuing the message, I invite you to let go of your need to understand and embrace the art of holy expectation, because what is prepared in secret by the King of the universe is always worthy of the wait. My precious soul, you may ask with all reason, Father, why in secret? Why don't you show me what you are doing? I want you to grasp my method, which is always a method of love. Imagine a great master chef preparing the most sumptuous banquet for a guest of honor. He does not prepare the meal in the dining room, in sight of the guest. He withdraws to the kitchen. There, in the secrecy of his art, he selects the best ingredients, cuts, seasons, tastes, and adjusts the heat. The kitchen may be a place of noise, smoke, and apparent disorder, but it is the place of creation. The guest, in the dining room, may smell the aroma, may hear the distant sounds, but he does not see the process. He simply waits, trusting the master's skill. So am I with you. Your life has been my kitchen. The secrets have been me, in my love, sparing you the chaos of preparation. You did not need to see every ingredient I had to seek, every obstacle I had to remove, every heart I had to soften so your banquet would be perfect. If you saw the entire process, your anxiety might interfere with my work. Your waiting in the unknown was not to torture you, but to protect you and to ensure the perfection of the final result. Furthermore, your perseverance in believing, even without seeing, was the most precious ingredient I added to your recipe. Your faith in the master, even without seeing the dish, was the seasoning that gave your blessing a flavor of glory it would not have otherwise. I was not hiding from you. I was honoring you, preparing for you a surprise that only a guest of honor deserves. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, I trust in the Lord. By doing this, you are declaring that you trust the skill of your master chef, that you trust that what is being prepared in the secret kitchen of heaven is infinitely better than any dish you yourself could cook. If this message has touched your heart and you wish to support this mission, click Super Thanks and help spread words of light, encouragement, and inspiration to many lives. Continuing on, your part is not to understand the recipe. It is only to prepare your heart to delight in the feast, and it is almost ready to be served. My blessed soul, and what have I been preparing in secret? My secret work on your behalf is not limited to a single area. It is a complete renovation, a 360-degree restoration of your existence. While you were focused on a single closed door, I was in secret, building an entire palace for you. The first part of my secret project was the restoration of your identity. I have been working quietly in your heart, healing the wounds of rejection, pulling out the roots of inadequacy, silencing the voices of self-criticism. I have told in your spirit, even if your mind did not hear, the truth of who you are. My beloved daughter, a masterpiece, a woman of priceless worth. The second part of the project was the preparation of your purpose. Gifts and talents that you yourself had forgotten, I have been watering and fertilizing in secret. I have aligned your past experiences, even the most painful ones, as stepping stones for your new platform of influence. What is coming is not just a blessing for you, it is a commission, a new level of purpose that will give a glorious meaning to your entire story. And the third part of the project is the orchestration of your provision. While you worried about your present needs, I was already in your future, preparing the resources, opening the sources, commanding people and circumstances to move in your favor. Your provision will not come in the way you expect. It will come in creative and surprising ways that will prove, without a doubt, that it was my hand that acted. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now. Thus, you receive more messages of light and inspiration directly to your heart. And before we proceed, let me guide you to something I have prepared to strengthen your faith even more. If you feel you need inner healing, spiritual reconnection, purpose, and prosperity aligned with my heart, there is a 31-day path waiting for you. Each day of this walk was created so I can speak to you more deeply and personally. If you wish to follow this path, the link is in the description and the first pinned comment. Now, let's continue the message. I, your God, am sending you a special sign. The sign you have been waiting for is in this verse, 1 Corinthians 2:9, which says, "No eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no human mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him." This is the description of my secret project for you. Write in the comments, "I receive this message and I am blessed," and send love and protection to the person you love, declaring that God's secrets for their life are also marvelous. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a super thanks and help spread this message of light, identity, purpose, and provision. This is the blueprint of the palace I built for you in secret. My beloved soul, for this palace to be inaugurated, for my secret work to be shown, there is one last piece of debris from your old construction that needs to be removed. It is the debris of unforgiveness. You cannot move into your new house of grace and abundance if you are still carrying the heavy bricks of bitterness and guilt. Your heart, to be able to contain the magnitude of the blessing I have for you, needs to be light and clean. Resentment against those who hurt you on your path is a toxic dust that contaminates the atmosphere of your soul. You cannot enjoy a banquet in a room full of dust. Forgiveness is your cleaning. It is your decision to sweep out all bitterness, all hurt. Not because your offenders deserve it, but because your new blessing deserves a pure environment to appear. It is you saying, "I value what God is giving me more than the pain the other person caused me. I choose my future and not my past." And the most persistent dust is that of self-condemnation. The guilt for your own mistakes, your impatience, your moments of doubt. My child, while I was building your palace, I already took into account every one of your imperfections. They did not spoil the project. I used them. I changed them into unique features of your construction, into testimonies of my redeeming grace. Accept my forgiveness, and from it, forgive yourself. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, whom you wish to forgive. Visualize each one, send them love and say, "I forgive you and release you. May peace be with you." Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. This act of forgiveness is your cleansing ceremony. It is you preparing your house for the grand opening. It is you saying to me, your guest of honor, "The house is ready. My heart is clean. You may enter and show your glory." My precious soul, with the ground clear and your heart expectant, what will this grand disclosure be like? How will my secret come to light? It will not be timid. My disclosure will be like the sunrise after a long night, gradual at first, and then, suddenly, everything will be illuminated. You will begin to notice the first signs. Small coincidences that are too perfect to be chance. Answers to small prayers which are my appetizers for the main banquet. A new wave of hope and joy that will flood your soul without an apparent reason. These are my harbingers, announcing that the royal retinue is approaching. And then, the suddenly will come. The moment when the door that was closed swings wide open. The moment when the provision you needed arrives from a source you never imagined. The moment when the relationship that seemed dead resurrects with a new life. It will not be a single event but a succession of events, a cascade of blessings, that will prove without a doubt that heaven was, in fact, working on your behalf. The showing of my secret work will bring with it a deep understanding. You will look back at your long wait, your pains, your detours, and everything will make sense. You will see my hand in every detail, and your questions of why will be changed into exclamations of thank you, and the disclosure will bring public honor. Those who saw your silent struggle will be the witnesses of your noisy victory. Your story will become a legend of faith, a testimony of my faithfulness that will encourage many. The showing of my secret will not just change your life, it will redefine it. My blessed soul, the showing of my secret has a purpose that goes far beyond you. Your story of silent preparation and glorious appearance will become one of my most beautiful living parables. You will become a walking testimony of the truth that I am a God who works behind the scenes, that my apparent inactivity is, in truth, my deepest activity. Your life will give hope to those who are today, in their own periods of silence and waiting. They will look at you and find the strength to persevere, the courage to continue to believe in the unseen. Your story will teach them that preparation is as important as the promise. Share this video with 2 dear people who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer of faith and hope. A simple Lord, may the showing of your work in my life be a light for those waiting in the dark, is a prayer that aligns your blessing with my heart for the world. What the enemy intended to use to isolate you and make you doubt, my silence, I am changing into your greatest platform of authority. You will become an expert in the art of waiting with faith, a mentor for tired hearts. Your greatest purpose in this new season will not just be to enjoy your palace, but to open its doors and invite others to the feast, showing them that the master architect also has a secret and glorious project for each of their lives. My precious soul, how do you position yourself in these final moments, on the eve of the great disclosure? Your posture is not that of an anxious seeker, but that of a host who awaits the arrival of her guest of honor. Your first practice is active preparation. Prepare for your new reality. If what I have for you is abundance, start learning about generosity. If it is a new purpose, start sharpening your gifts. Act like the woman you will be after the disclosure. This action of faith is your way of telling heaven, I am ready. I believe your word. Your second practice is expectant worship. Fill your house and your heart with praise. Thank me extravagantly for what you have not seen, but already know I am preparing. Your praise is your faith in its most audible form, and it creates the celestial atmosphere on your earth, an atmosphere where miracles feel at home. Your third practice is confident rest. Stop trying to figure out the secret. Stop trying to force the door. Rest. Trust the master chef. Trust the architect. Your peace on the eve of the appearance is your greatest declaration that you trust me completely. Preparation, worship, and rest. This is your part. It is not an effort. It is a dance of partnership, where you prepare the hall and trust that I, the bridegroom, will arrive for the dance. My beloved soul, we have reached the end of the secret and the beginning of the disclosure. The word has been released. The time of preparation is over. The time of showing has arrived. Together, we saw the purpose of your waiting as the construction of your foundation. We cleansed the ground with forgiveness, and I gave you a glimpse of the palace I built for you in secret. You grasped your calling to be a testimony and learned how to carry yourself as the host of my glory. Now, your time of living by the aromas coming from the kitchen is over. It is time to sit at the banquet table. For my part, I promise you, what I prepared for you will far surpass your boldest expectations. It will be worth every second of your wait. Your part, my child, is simply to receive. It is to allow yourself to be surprised. It is to refuse to allow doubt at the last minute to steal your joy. It is to live from today on no longer as the one who waits, but as the one who is about to be absolutely amazed. Leave this meeting of ours with a smile on your lips and a sparkle in your eyes. The smile of someone who knows a glorious secret. The sparkle of someone who is about to unwrap the best gift of her life. Your long wait in silence is about to be rewarded with the most resounding celebration. Prepare yourself. The secret is about to be shown. If this message resonated with you and with your situation, write in the comments, "The secret of God for my life is His glory." Your words strengthen your faith and also light the way for others who need this light. Share your experiences in the comments. And before we close, I need to guide you to something I have prepared especially for you. I have seen your search for inner healing, for spiritual reconnection, for a new purpose, and for prosperity that comes from my hands. None of this is by chance. When your heart cries out, I open pathways. That is why, through this channel, I have set before you a guided 31-day path, a process where, daily, I can speak more deeply to your spirit. This is not just an ebook. It is a road to restoration, alignment, and growth, created to strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and open doors you never imagined. If you feel this calling, access the link I have left in the description and also in the first pinned comment of this video. Begin this walk of healing, reconnection, purpose, and prosperity today. I will be with you on every page, guiding your steps and illuminating your way. If this message touched your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving my word. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.